Hey, so something cool happened today. You know how I've been diving into bouldering for a while now? Well, I stepped out of my comfort zone today and man, it was wild. Yeah, so I decided to step up my game a bit and entered into this national bouldering championship. Talk about shaking up the routine, right? I'll tell you, my mind was darting through the pasta shapes in Nona's special spaghetti, all tangled and twisted. But guess who guided this rogue chef on the rocks? It was Juwan and Yuna. They, my friend, are a treasure. Juwan, in his classic style, was joking about if I was nervous. Nervous, he joked. Can you even believe that? I mean, if perfectly kneading sourdough for a perfectionist French chef didn't make me nervous, some rocks aren't going to. But you know, deep down there I'm slightly terrified, just slightly. Yuna was like my personal cheer squad. She kept telling me to remember to breathe, enjoy the climb. It reminded me of how she tackles diving, just focusing on the moment, blocking out everything else. And Juwan eased the nerves with our Guanaxon climb memory, and boy did it bring back some good ones. The crazy fears conjured by Yuna about sea monsters were something else. Well, there were no sea monsters at the championship, just plenty of height and gravity. I guess you never know what's tougher till you switch from sea to mountains. Ah, Juwan. That guy can never keep himself away from the idea of beach and food. Always mixing the two. But hey, the view from the top? Heck of a substitute for a beach view. This idea sparked something. What if I topped my pizzas with seaweed? Pizza high from the seas. All thanks to Yuna and her marine fascination. Juwan was all sparked up about this. It's like the roles reversed and he got bit by the culinary creativity bug. Well, I promised them the first taste if I ever decide to make it, because let's be honest, seafood pizza? That could very well become the star at my future restaurant. Gooey cheese, a crispy crust topped with savory seafood, and a hint of seaweed. Yum. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. I need to get back to some diligent practice. Can't let the apron hang for too long. Pizza won't knead itself, would it? Chat more later, okay? For now, it's Chef Hyun signing off. Save me a slice of your day tomorrow. Isn't it amazing how an idea can suddenly bloom in the middle of the city lights? You remember my friend Sang-woo, the keen photographer? We thought of an impromptu project. You see, when I was wandering around last night, the nightfall in Seoul took a different shape. The silent alleys, the bustling crowds, every corner had its own story to tell, and I thought, why not give them a voice? So after bouldering, we wandered around the city with our cameras, chasing those untold tales. Sang-woo is dynamite behind the lens. He captures moments like a master chef, every shot, meticulously timed and fully flavored with his unique style. Jin-ae, oh that girl, she proved to be a surprise package. Remember she has an eye for architecture, Dong, was she persuasive? I swear for a minute she had me believing concrete can breathe if you look at it with the right perspective, huh? We are thinking about showcasing this at the upcoming local photography fair. Stir up the pot, bring something new to the table, you know? Yuna seems pretty intrigued by the idea. She says it reminds her of her diving adventures. Land or sea, it's all an adventure, isn't it? I almost forgot. Yet another friendly debate over a pizza oven ensued. Juwan jumped in, mid-sentence, and suggested we get a restaurant built for us. Can you believe that? I told him I would need an inbuilt pizza oven, and that got him chuckling. Words were tossed around, and somehow the conversation navigated towards seaweed toppings. You meet strange turns at odd hours, don't you? Anyway, I promised them to be the first testers if I ever end up baking one. Imagine unveiling my seaweed-topped pizza in my restaurant, with friends at the tasting counter. Well, it looks like quite a ride ahead, my friend. A fulfilling photography trip, a delicious new pizza, and so many stories in between. But for now, let's take this one day at a time, right? Oh, look at the time. I need to hit the kitchen. Got a brand new dough recipe to try out. So today was something different, my friend. You know how I've been kneading pasta in the kitchen, right? Well, today, I traded the chef's apron for a writer's hat. I took a leap of faith into food writing and attended a workshop. It was like adding a dash of oregano to my meatball recipe. I mean, have you tried describing a piece of fried chicken with words over a bite, without chewing too much on details? Now that's a tongue twister, a flavorful one at that. So apparently, my culinary experience needs to simmer with my writing now, and it's damn silent in the kitchen of creativity, when the meal is, in fact, words. I shared this in our chat group, and guess what Juhwan and Yuna had to say? I won't lie. When they said my words could make them hungry, it felt strangely satisfying. It's like perfectly sautéing garlic, just the right brown, and the kitchen's filled with a heavenly aroma. But then again, it's one thing to make food, and another to make words that feel like food. It's a tough recipe, I'll tell you. The conversation took a turn to space with Yuna bringing up this new show, Surviving Mars. It's true what they say about great minds and all. We immediately added it to our lists. Seems like a good pair with a hot scone and a cup of coffee on the weekend. Speaking of pairs, can you believe my scuba diving and mountain climbing buddies get hungry when I talk about food? I mean, I think it's only fair if I share the fruits. The bread of my labor. All right, enough culinary babble. Who am I kidding? There's never enough of that, right? But I have this loaf of sourdough staring at me from the corner. You know what they say, the secret ingredient is always love, and mine is needin' some kneading. I'll catch up soon, got an oven preheating and a masterpiece in the baking.